guys. I haven't made a tutorial in a really long time, and I understand that. I've been playing around with some other languages and libraries for the past couple of weeks, and one of them is the Love 2D library, or game engine, for with LUA. It's actually really awesome, so I suggest you go check that out. It does a lot of the things for you that Pygame doesn't. So if you're that kind of guy who doesn't really want to know what's going on or have complete control of over what's going on, you can go check that out. But it's still kind of low level so that you have enough control, and it's even got shader support, which is something really cool. It has its own particle system class with so it's pretty high level in a sense. It's actually really high level. It's basically an engine, Love 2D, which uses LUA for scripting. So yeah. Anyway, so you're looking at this code and you're like, wait, what the hell? You never taught us this, right? Because I'm gonna do that right now. So this is our basic. I'm gonna be teaching you how to load images and display them on the screen, as the title suggests. And let me just change this to exit because you might not know what's going on there. Anyway, so yeah, basically we import Pygame here. We import the locals, which has like the keys, the flags such as quit, and right down here you see quit right down here. That's a part of the flags inside there. We're initializing Pygame. This is special. This is something special. So right here we're loading an image from where we kept our thing. Right here, player.py. This is what we're working on. And here's the image right here. Okay. Now, if the image is in the same directory, so meaning it's in the same place as your script, then you can simply just load it by putting its name down and its extension. Unless if it's in a folder, let's say it was in our stuff folder or whatever, then you would go folder name. Let me just place that. If you're on Windows, you would go backslash, but since I'm on Windows, so I'm gonna go folder name and then image name and extension. So it's pretty simple, and it's basically like you could have nested folders as well. So folder, oh god, I can't type, other folder, and so on and so forth. But yeah, since the image is in the same directory as mine, I can just load it like that. Now over here, you see this little line right here. We're assigning player image to pygame.image.load, which is a function inside the image module of Pygame, which returns a surface, which is like anything you can put onto the screen, and it gets all the image data from the image, and this thing right here, the converts it to the format Pygame likes. So I suggest you always put convert there. You don't have to, because it's gonna do that anyway once you place the image there, but I suggest you really do. So anyway, right, so this is basically declaring the screen. This is our main loop. This is the event loop, and now we're doing something special. We're blitting. I believe we've done this in the text tutorial. We blit the player image onto the screen at the coordinates 0, 0. Because let's just make this 1000 and 1000, because I'm not sure whether we can actually get the thing right there. So the screen's 1000 and 1000. Okay, and now we're blitting it at the very top left. Okay, so this image right here that I loaded, the player image, is gonna go straight to the top left corner and stick there. Okay, so in computer graphics, I'm not sure whether I told you this before, but in especially in game development, everything like the Y, if it's 0, it's gonna be at the top, not like the bottom, not at the bottom, like you do in high school with the graphs and the Cartesian coordinates. Anyway, so if we run this now, we should see the image on the screen unless something went wrong. that's raising an error because this right here needs to be below the set mode because when you convert it, it converts it depending on what the display is set at. So yeah, 1000. Always remember to set the screen first before like doing any surface manipulation and stuff, because it won't work. Now if I run this, it should open, and there's the image right there. Now we're gonna do something cool in this tutorial where we're gonna have the player be able to paint onto that image. So I'm just gonna create a new surface called brush surface equals pygame.surface. Now this function right here, it creates something called a pygame surface. I've already explained this like 3 times, but you can directly create a surface just by using this method. So, and you can assign like a width and height. So the brush is going to be 32 by 32 or 10 by 10. It takes in a tuple, the size, as its argument. So then we're going to go brush surface dot fill, and we're going to fill it with the white. And you'll notice that I'm not filling the screen like I did with the text and the first example. That's because if I fill the screen every frame, whatever we draw on with our brush is going to disappear. But if we don't fill the screen every frame, it's going to stay there. It's going to stick. It's going to be like a canvas. So we have a brush right here, and it's a 10 by 10 surface we created, and we filled it with white. That should be pretty easy to understand. I will explain it later on more in depth in a surface tutorial maybe. And we'll go over the source code for it if you're advanced and stuff. Okay. So right here, in order to actually put it onto the screen, we're going to do screen.blit brush surface, and then we're going to get the mouse position by accessing pygame.mouse module. And there's also pygame.key module for getting the keys and stuff, and I'll teach this next tutorial, but right now let's just type it in. So follow what I'm doing. Get pose position. And this returns a tuple of 2 values, just like it is up here, just like the argument requires. So yeah. And now if we run this, it should be working nice. Okay. What just happened? I do believe this has crashed. Okay. Alright, let's just... Oh, there we go. There you go. Yep. So, now you can see I'm drawing, right? I'm painting. You can make your own paint program. I've actually done that before. We'll go over on how to do that in depth. Make your own GUI library and everything. But yeah. The reason the image is not getting colored is probably because the fact that the image is not being blit onto. The screen is being blit onto. So let's do image. We can actually blit onto the player image. So now we have a canvas that is a player image. So now if we run this, there you go. So yeah, that's basically surfaces in Pygame, and we're gonna go over this more in depth later on, but yeah. So now you should have like a simple paint program right there.